Hey everybody. Uh, I just wanted to touch base with y'all. The animals are sleeping right now. We might hear from one or two of them, but I think it's going to be quiet for a little bit here. I didn't get a chance to call. I was going to call Watchtower headquarters today, but I didn't get a chance to. I got called over to watch my grandkids for a while. And so I went over there and did that, and now that I'm home, I have phone calls to make. Some people wanted to talk to me. I wanted to say a couple of things about last time I called headquarters. They gave me the runaround. Nobody wants to answer the questions. Nobody wants to say. Nobody seems to know. Nobody has an answer. They're just pass the buck and send me on a wild goose chase, and it's been a month and they still haven't sent me an email reply as to a logical answer as to why they're NGOs of the OSCE. Personally, I've done enough research so I understand why they are members of the OSCE, and I've told you all that before, because the organization is lobbying. Now, right on jw.org, you get on there and it says, we don't vote and we don't lobby. But they're sending people to the OSCE to lobby on their behalf. They're listed as members of the OSCE. So that's kind of like that's kind of like saying, well, I hired someone to kill the person, but I didn't kill him. Well, I'm sorry, but you're still going to go to prison for murder if you hire someone to do it for you. So Watchtower, them saying, well, they hire someone to lobby for them, well, then they're actually still lobbying. That because someone's doing it for them doesn't excuse them from being guilty of doing it. It's just beyond me. And the organization saying they won't change their policies or the way they handle things, they've been just kind of changing a word in a paragraph here and there and saying that they changed it. They're trying their best to pull themselves out of being sued by saying that it's the parents' responsibility to do those things. They don't have to, But all of us that's been there and through that know that when they call headquarters, the elders are instructed to tell the victim's family not to call the police and not involve the authorities because of the damage it would do to the reputation of the organization. And even current witnesses that I talk to are well aware of the fact that if they do go to the police, that they're going to be ostracized, marked, or disfellowshipped for doing that, because the organization is more concerned about the reputation that they have as a facade than helping the people themselves. Now, as far as the organization being a godly organization, well, God has left the building. If they don't change their morals, there's nothing really God can do. Do you remember in the Old Testament when the prophets would stand up in front of the people and say, God says you're guilty of this and you need to change your ways and you need to fix this or you face the wrath of God, right? Well, same with the organization. They're being told by the people, the governments, you name it, that they're not doing things right. God is speaking to them through other people, saying they're not doing what's right, and they refuse to change it. So God has left them. He's gonna let them wallow in their own stupidity. He's not going to help them and be behind them unless they're doing what they're supposed to do. The only one that can help them is God, and they chased God right out of there by not doing what they're supposed to be doing. People that are not being indoctrinated and are waking up or have woken up can see that the organization is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, that it's all a word play game to them. Oh, back to that phrase about, we don't lobby, but them sending other people in there to do it for them makes them guilty of lobbying. Whether they send someone else to do it or whether they're doing it, it doesn't matter. In a court of law, they're still going to be guilty of doing it, even if they hired someone to do it for them. I mean, how dumb is that? The legal department should know that, and when you talk to the legal, did you hear it? I was listening to that video again when I was talking to headquarters last time, and it just amazed me. He says, well, where are you calling from? I said, Oklahoma. And he says, well, I can't tell you. I mean, what difference does it make where I'm calling from or what state I'm in, whether you have an answer for me or not? I'm calling from Oklahoma, so you have no answer? That's what it sounded like. Or otherwise, why even ask me that? It had nothing to do with it at all. It doesn't matter what state I'm calling from. It's still someone asking for that to be answered by them. Now, the OSCE, they're lobbying for protection. They're lobbying for protection to protect God's people. So you're going to Satan's organization to ask for God's people to be protected? No. Now, if they were God's organization, God would do that. Remember? God protects his people. But since they are not doing what God wants them to do, he's not going to protect them. So they have to go to Satan and Satan's organization and say, will you please protect us? Because they don't want to get banned anywhere else. They don't like people on YouTube talking against the organization. So they're going after people on YouTube and Reddit and everywhere else on social media to try to get people to be quiet. But somehow or another, it seems that the truth cannot be quieted. The truth always comes out. Isn't it amazing? Just like the Bible says, the truth is always revealed. What is known, what happens in the dark is always revealed. Yep. Sure enough. And so many people are revealing what's happening behind closed doors in the organization that people are waking up faster than they can baptize them. I talked to a person that's awake, but still considered a current witness up north, and They went to the assembly, I don't know, about a month ago, I guess. 3 weeks ago, something like that. They went to their assembly. Excuse me. And they said that there was under 5,000. It was almost 5,000 people, and there were 5 people baptized. And that amazes me, because when I was in the organization, a little less than 40 years ago, back in the 70s and very early 80s, if there was a convention with 5,000 people in attendance, there was close to 200, give or take, close to 200, though, baptized at an assembly that size. And to hear that there's only 5 people, 4 people, 11 people getting baptized at assemblies, I'm pretty sure that they're leaving at a faster rate than that. I'm pretty sure. From the people I've talked to and the people that we see coming out new out of the organization all the time, all the new channels that come up and all the people that are speaking up, I just think that there is more coming out than are getting baptized. They're disassociating, fading any way they can, and they're leaving. The numbers that Watchtower reports, those numbers are fixed. Those numbers are rigged. The people in attendance at meetings and everything, those numbers are changed. They take a number and then someone goes off and erases that and writes in another number that's not true. I mean, I've heard testimony from elders that have witnessed that and have done that. Nothing about the organization is truthful anymore. Nothing. And there are people that really need God. They really need to get to know Jesus. They really need to get out of there and seek God and seek Jesus on their own and find their direction and their path and let God lead them where they need to go, because they're not being led inside that organization. It is in fact a corporation. It's run as a corporation. The punishments are corporate punishments. The conventions are corporate pep rallies. Everything about it is exactly the same as a corporation. That's why, and you've probably seen that other video too, where they were talking about the overlapping generations being inline example of what Social Security was quoting about overlapping generations. And that's where the corporation got it. The organization, I should say, for those of you that still think that way. But the organization is not God's organization. It's a man-made corporation that's run as a corporation, has its members act and punished and rewarded as a corporation. Everything about it. If you don't realize how much the organization is like a corporation, just look it up, how a corporation runs, and compare it, and you'll see it. I mean, there's no denying it. It's run exactly that way. And if you step back and look at it from the outside instead of looking at it from the inside, because it's real hard to see it from the inside. But if you step back and you look at it from the outside and focus on what's going on, then you can identify those things. And everybody should. They really should analyze any kind of an organization you belong to and look it up and research it. Especially an organization that you're dedicating your life to. You know, these people are asking you to give up your life for them, and you know nothing about them. Come on. You know, my saying is, you can be a Jehovah's Witness if you want to. Yeah, I don't care. That's up to you. You can be one if you want. I don't want to stop you from being a religion. Whatever religion you want, I don't care. I don't follow a religion or an organization or any kind of organized religion. But if you want to, be my guest. But I just want to let you know what they're not telling you, because you're entitled to know that. So, about this OSCE thing, I'm going to try my best to call tomorrow. I do have things I need to do tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have time, but I'm going to try. I'll try to do it tomorrow. But I'm going to see if I can talk to the same department that I talked to before, which was like the Department of Public Information or something. I'm going to see if they'll still talk to me. Or maybe I'll try legal first and have them brush me off again before I ask. I don't know. I might have some fun with them. But I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know what was going on and all that. And if you want to see Louie, come here, Louie. Louie, come here. Come here, Louie. Come on. Come here. You say hi to everybody? Huh? Say hi to everybody. Yeah, see how big he got? Yeah, he's a big boy. He's tired now, though. He wants to take a nap. It's his nap time. Yeah. Yeah, he's a big boy. He got a bigger collar today. He outgrew his baby collar. Couldn't wear it no more. That was the end of that. So, I'll talk to y'all later.